Welcome back to AM Northwest. You know, these days you can work from just about anywhere, which means your teams may be scattered across different time zones. Here to share the latest tips and trends for leading remote teams, we welcome back Executive Coach and Strategic Advisor, Dr. Parker Walsh. Good morning. How you doing?
Good morning. How are you?
Good. So when you talk about working across time zones, how do you handle that? Yeah, I'm kind of curious.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of ways to be able to do that, right? Back in the pandemic, when we were just figuring out how to use Zoom and make sure your lighting was well and that you didn't have crazy backgrounds, technology has really pushed us forward and advanced our ability to get more done with all of the AI and tools that we have today. And so, if you really want to save time, asynchronous communication is really one of the most growing popular ways to connect. In fact,
What does that
80%.
mean?
Well, it means that you're not communicating in real time, right? So real time doesn't always equal real productivity. So that means that you have different times, you respect the different times that people are contributing to a conversation. So for example, you can use a project management platform that allows you to share projects or documents or quick videos so everyone can contribute, but just not in real time. And
Okay.
so that helps to reduce meeting fatigue, and it really helps to respect the diverse schedules that people have and the diverse time frames that people are working in. So if someone is in Japan or the Philippines and they need to contribute instead of coming on in a meeting at 2 in the morning, they can contribute in real time. That's good for them, so that you on the East Coast or the West Coast can see whatever they contributed whenever you decide to get online as well.
Okay. And then you talk about virtual reality. You say invest in virtual reality, which seems kind of scary to me. What are we
I
talking about?
know. I know it can be. I mean, there's a lot of ways. A lot of people are using virtual rooms to bring people together and have their avatars appear into rooms.
No
And a lot of
way. Really? In
yes,
businesses?
yes,
Oh,
a lot of businesses are starting to do that so that you can actually, through the lens. In fact, I think there's something called Horizon Workrooms that allows you to actually have an avatar in a room to write on a board, to talk to people, to type.
no.
It's really interesting. But you could also do things to really build connection by creating virtual water coolers, which are actually virtual break rooms that you can develop on a platform that allows you to relax or share recipes or talk about the latest show that you're binge watching. So it allows you, because what you're missing from face to face interaction, which, 87% of people say they miss those relationships, even
Yeah.
though 71% say they love remote work. You miss those water cooler moments where you
Yeah.
can just kind of catch up and chat about anything, but you can create virtual water cooler rooms, if you will, break rooms, to just have those water cooler moments to really foster fun and connection and cohesion with your team.
I'm still thinking about the avatar I would pick, and she'd be thin. There we go.
Right,
Okay.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
How we want to look. Okay. You talk about promoting AI powered productivity tools.
Oh, absolutely. AI has, I mean, Microsoft Copilot is a great example of like having your own virtual assistant. So if you want to streamline productivity, you can utilize these platforms to summarize meetings, write emails, create reports, create presentations, to summarize trends, to see if your sales are where they should be, if you're missing things, what are the risks to take on a certain project. And you can actually use AI to help you with all of that so that it streamlines your ability to be able to get real-time information to people immediately. Like literally you can be in a meeting and have them summarize the notes of the meeting if somebody comes in late so they can immediately get a transcript. If they want to put in information that needs to go into a report, they can put that in using an AI tool that would allow it to immediately go into a report that you're working on. So using AI tools and these productivity tools can really help streamline the work that you're doing so that you can be much more efficient and get much more done when you're working with people, as we talked about, across different time zones and different areas.
Yeah. And then you have something called what you're saying is prioritize digital well-being, which has got to mean
Yes.
because the Zoom stuff can get old for people.
Oh, absolutely. We have blurred the lines, particularly if you're working hybrid or remote, between when do you start and when do you stop. And so by prioritizing digital wellness, it means creating what's called deep work blocks, meaning specific concentrated times in which you're going to focus in on work. And that means no emails. So organizations are creating things like email curfews or no meeting
Oh,
days
yeah.
so that people can really have concentrated times to work. We spend about 60% of our time on what's called shallow work, or things like checking emails or adjusting things on your desk or going to grab some coffee or things of that nature.
Yeah.
And so by having these deep work blocks where you are disconnected from technology so that you can really focus, you get so much more done.
Yeah.
And, on average, it takes 20 minutes to regroup if you've been interrupted, if you're in the middle of a flow. So if you're constantly being interrupted, you can't get what you want to get
Yeah.
done, which is why so many people are working after hours
Yeah.
and working on weekends, and why there's no work-life balance between when you work from home, you're
Yeah.
constantly on the go. And so this helps to protect your health
A-
and well-being
absolutely.
because you're focused on time
Yeah.
and you allow yourself to disconnect from
Yeah.
technology.
All excellent points, Dr. Carol Parker Walsh. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, we'll be right back with more AM Northwest. Don't go away.